Mike, there are a lot of safe money alternatives that seem to be pretty enticing. I mean, I was looking the other day at online savings account alone,
Sure. Yeah.
paying pretty decent, and treasury bonds and CDs. I want to talk about that and some different options for people. But before we dig too deep,
Before we get into the nitty gritty of
yeah,
things
before
like,
we dig
okay,
into interest rates and bonds and everything, let's dig into a gourd,
a
a
gourd,
pumpkin.
a gourd. All right.
Do you guys typically carve a pumpkin for
We
Halloween?
do for sure, but it's so well. My oldest, Katie's in college, but then we still have Peyton, Luke, and Finn at home, and which means there has to be at least three pumpkins. I mean, it's kind of silly, but they need their own pumpkin to carve. So there's
Silly.
lots of pumpkin carving going on.
That's good.
And I just, it's great. Are you with me? I hate sticking my hand
I
down
don't like that either.
and getting that stuff out. The stuff. I mean, all the seeds and all that. It just, I don't know why I hate it. I've always hated it, and then
It
for
just
some
feels
reason
weird.
I'm the one who has to do it, and I'm the one who hates it the most. But yeah,
Well, this year I heard that it's kind of tough to find the right pumpkin. You want the brightest one you can find to
hmm
see if it will last you through Thanksgiving. That's one tip I found. But
brightest.
there's
Okay.
been,
What about the stem? There's a
I don't
whole.
know. Do you have stem tips?
Well, no, the stems. I mean, when I look at a pumpkin, it's the shape, and then because that's like that.
That's
I don't want to call it
important.
the hat, but it's the top. The stem's important. Yeah.
But if you were actually trying to save it for Thanksgiving to utilize as a pumpkin
No, I'm
pie.
not trying to save it for
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving.
Then
No.
don't worry about anything I'm saying.
Okay. All
Except
right.
for that, too much rain and too little rain in various areas of the country have impacted the pumpkin game a little bit. So
Okay.
make sure you are prepared. You may pay too
Well, we
much.
think,
May
yeah,
have.
we think pumpkins. We think Halloween,
Hmm.
fall.
Do you know
You
what my
mentioned
mom wants to be
gourds.
for
Yeah.
Halloween? And yes, she's
What's that?
70. Do you know what my mom wants to be for Halloween?
No, I
At
don't know.
70
The
years
pumpkin.
old.
No.
No,
Okay.
Captain Morgan, like the pirate.
Captain Morgan. That's an easy one. You just have to have the pose pretty much all the time.
Well, maybe next time you can tell us what your kids are going to be up to for Halloween.
Well, I asked Finn. Okay, he's the youngest, the 7-year-old. I asked Finn what he wants to be. He said Pennywise. And I thought, all right, that's super cool and also very creepy. So for our viewers who, I'm sure most of them know who Pennywise is, but it is awful, but
What is it?
also cool.
What
So
it is?
if he actually winds up being dressed like Pennywise, I will send. We will put pictures on the podcast
Well,
for sure.
take video. We'll put it on the video.
Maybe
Yeah.
video. Yeah, I have video of me. Not that any of our viewers care, but I have a great photo of me I have to say, it's a pretty great Beetlejuice outfit when
I
Finn
remember
was like 3, and I'm walking him down the street, and it's just me smiling, and he is bawling in tears. He was horrified,
You
which I
looked
felt kind
pretty
of bad about.
scary. I will say that you did look pretty scary. But
Yeah, he didn't like it very much, but he's not 3 anymore. Now he's going like full bore. He wants to be, like I said, Pennywise. I mean, that's creepy,
what is
but
Pennywise?
it's the clown character from Stephen King's It. It's bad. Yeah, it's really creepy.
What kind of kids are you raising? All right, we got to move on because this is getting a little
It's his
crazy.
favorite movie, Kristen. We watch it all the time. He's never seen it. He
I
just
was going to say I'm about to call child services or something over there.
called. It's PG-13. Come on, he said.
Well, we have a lot of viewers, a lot of listeners that are near or in retirement, and they're looking for options for safety right now because things just feel odd. I was actually just talking to the bug guy yesterday, and he was talking about
Mm,
a mountain house he and his
yeah.
wife were going to build, and now they're thinking, we might hang on, wait just a little bit. Things seem kind of weird. I said, yeah, my boss is talking about that all the time. So if people are looking for safe money and they're near
hmm
or in retirement, is it CDs because they're paying pretty well? Is it money market accounts? Is it, I think the 1 year Treasury yield was what? I forget the percentage. You know that kind of stuff. But
Well, you're getting up near 5. on short term, right? 1 year would be short term. But yeah, I mean, the rates are compelling, right? To use a big word, compelling. Yeah.
So is that where we should go to seek some safe money right now? Or is it money market accounts? Or is it online savings accounts?
Well, I think it depends. You have to do the math for your own personal economy, and I think a lot of people are starting to do that, including you call them the bug guy. I mean, other people might refer to them as the pest control, person, but
Okay. I'm the radio chick. That's fine.
we know what you meant, bug guy. But as you're looking at the horizon of where do you think that we might be in this economy? Where do you think that we might be in the stock market? Where do you think we might be 6 months from now, a year from now? A lot of people are nervous. And like you said, it just doesn't feel good. It feels off. So I look at the particulars. I look at things like we haven't, nobody's talking about it currently. I mean, I think some people are, but I haven't heard about it in a while. But we still have to account for $7+ trillion of money that was just printed out of nowhere and
It's not
just
a big deal.
distributed into the economy. And we aren't talking about it, but guess what? I mean, that's a problem.
Hmm.
Eventually, that bill comes due, and then you look at the national debt, and you look at all of these things that are going on, and then also he's probably feeling it, but there is a slowdown,
Hmm.
and things are pulling back, frankly, quite a bit. So when you take a look at, again, safe money, Kristen, you and I hear these advertisements all the time, safe money, safe money, safe money. They're not talking about CDs at the bank. They're not
Right. That's
talking
why I brought up
about,
the opposite of what they're.
treasuries. They're not talking about, your savings. Usually, I'm not going to say all the time because all's a big word, but usually they're talking about annuities.
Hmm.
And any of our viewers, they know, I mean, we're just not fans. And I actually got a somebody contacted me through one of our Facebook things, we do, and so they contacted me through Facebook, and they said, "Hey, so why is it that you wouldn't sell your mother an annuity?" And I'm like, "Well, funny you should ask. I'm happy to tell you all about it." And the reason, my reason is, if you looked at all of the investment options that are available, we don't believe that you would choose an annuity. And the problem for people that sell annuities is if they were to show people all of the options, they probably wouldn't be able to sell the annuity. And if you make a living selling annuities for commission, you're probably not going to want to show everybody all the options because you're literally shooting yourself in the foot.
Hmm.
And so here's an example. I think I mentioned this to you a little bit earlier. I was just, as of this week, right? Because this will change. But
Hmm.
this week, the 20-year T bond, right, which is a Treasury bond, is somewhere around 4.8%.
By
So
the
you could,
way, when you say T-bond, I think of
yeah.
a rapper just going, "What's up? My name is T-bond," but it's a little different than
Well, I
that.
could put on some gold chains or something, but
But it's paying what now?
yeah, the T bond, the Treasury bond, and so
Yes.
basically, it's you could buy a 20-year guarantee, again as of this week, of about 4.8% for 20 years.
That's pretty good.
These annuity contracts that you look at when
Hmm.
they show what their guaranteed payout is, and again, I'm not. There's no reason to get specific. There's a million of them, but it's depending on your age because you're looking at life expectancy. So you got to
Hmm.
be pretty darn old to get a guaranteed 4.8% on a lot of the contracts that are out there. And
Okay.
even if you did get the guaranteed 4.8, it's a payout.
Why do you have to be
It's not what you're
old?
actually making. Well, because they base it on your life expectancy. The older you are
Oh, okay.
on these annuities, the older you are, the more they'll pay you. Because if let's say if you're 65, you're likely to live to 95. That's 30 years. But if you're 75, you're still likely to live to 95, so it's 20 years. If you're 85, it's 10.
Yeah.
And so they're just looking at mortality tables, meaning what is your how long are you likely to live, and then they're just averaging that over thousands and thousands of clients, and so the payout just the point is the payout isn't that attractive, particularly when the payout is on most of the contracts that we've reviewed. It's just a return of your own money.
Hmm.
If you're really that concerned, I mean, why wouldn't you just go not pay anybody a commission, not this, not that? Just go get a 20-year T-bond at 4.8%. If you really wanted the quote unquote income for life, for a lot of people that let's say you're 70, right? 20 years it gets you to 90. It potentially that's your life. I mean, so but you're also preserving principal. So there's a lot that goes into it, Kristen. And I just think that when you ask about guarantees, there's a lot out there, and people need to understand what all of their options are. And the reason we don't do annuities is because when we look at the other options, as a fiduciary, I can't say, hey, you should lock your money up in an annuity contract for the rest of your life, getting paid less than what a Treasury bond would do, potentially, right? And then also, what about your principal in that? And guess what? We're going to get all kinds of hate mail based on our current, what we're doing here and our podcast and our viewers. And some people don't like us that much, but you know what? We work specifically for people that are retired or close to it. And we work as fiduciaries. Our job is to explain what all the options are and help people make informed decisions. Thank you for watching. Go to guardingyournestegg.com for your free and objective personal financial plan.